Mongolian traditional epic is a unique form of oral traditions and performing arts, evolved from ancient fairy tales and myths, refined by talented epic singers for each generation, and learned and taught throughout oral transmission by tradition bearers. Mongol epic is a combination of performing arts, of poems and vocal expressions, coupled with theatrical drama elements. As for nomadic people who are not typically all mastered in reading and writing due to their mobile lifestyle, the epic was an irreplaceable oral tradition which allows them learn and transmit their rich cultural traditions and heroic history through epic performance, distinguished memory skills, performing talents, and well-versed intelligence. Mongol epics combine many features and traditions of ancient religious beliefs, shamanism, Buddhism, mythology and Mongol spiritual aesthetics, as becoming assorted blends of many oral literature forms such as fairy tales, myths and legends, well-wishing songs and proses, idioms, prayers and phrases and the like. Mongolian traditional epics signify oral traditions, yet a combination of music, epic performance singing, and narrating skills, special rituals of performance and traditional customs. Epic performers must have prodigious memory, well-versed in language and vocabulary, imaginative mind, and, in other words, be able to revive bored minds and entertain exhausted spirits. As described by Dandinsurin, a famous academician, recognized able epic masters could easily replace plays, music and books in tandem for nomadic Mongols, and so play the role of one-person theater in the traditional society. Heroic epics are typically performed in winter, but not in summer after thunders start. They must be performed at nights, not in daytime. Some epics last a whole night, whereas other huge epics may last for several nights. Mongol epics play an important role equally in both state affairs and family event rituals. When ordinary people want to get epics played and performed at their own gers, they first go and see the epic master with blue sash to make their request, and the person will take and bring the epic master's morin khuur home in advance, and then put at a holy place respectively. The epic master will come to the family and perform epics in the evening after the family members finish their daily work outside putting livestock in enclosure and gather in together with nearby neighbors. In case of droughts, fatal storms, epidemic, and bad luck incurred, ancient epic performers believed that they would pass to meet happiness when praising and cheering sacred Altai mountains with performing epics. From Mongol epics, it is possible to learn and know about Mongolian traditional customs, mentality, household labor, moral values, and principles of state-building processes. Heroic epics picture variety of traditional social practices of wedding, making friends, festive proceedings, wrestling, horse racing, archery, in addition to detailing heroes' clothes and accessories, homes and palaces, their craftsmanship makes, as if felt, seen in reality with eyes. Epic performers typically perform epics while playing any of tovshuur, or horseracing. In some areas, they perform while singing and narrating epic lyrics without playing any musical instruments. Until the 1970s, Mongol epic tradition bearers were still active and alive among Uryankhai, Bait, Durvit and Zakchen ethnic groups. However, by the end of the 20th century, traces of epic traditions had remained only within small scope of Uryankhai ethnic groups. More the globalization and urbanization processes intensify, less the social roles and practices of epic traditions become in modern days. Their existence is limited to a narrow scope of only entertainment show purposes. The intergenerational transmission traditions have been basically cut off. The number of epic performing folk artists mastered through intergenerational kinship transmission traditions has drastically reduced, while epics masters who are able to perform heroic epics for several nights are becoming less and less. Nowadays, amateur stage artists learn only parts of heroic epics and perform on the stage. Subsequently, original traditions are getting lost and forgotten among general public by and large. Due to above-mentioned factors and reasons, there are a handful of epic performing talents remained, which alarms the danger of disappearing immensely. Since the early 19th century, international and domestic scholars and academic researchers started to study and record tens of Mongolian heroic epics with scientific purposes. Yet between the mid-20th century and early 21st century, the importance and viability of epics were in jeopardy and further facing threats of disappearing. However, it is still not that late if the government, Mongolian people, and international communities join their common efforts to save and safeguard Mongolian epic traditions. May bless the faith and will of Mongolian people to prosper better ever. It is our dear responsibility and commitment before humanity and history to revive and transmit outstanding and valuable heritage traditions of Mongolian heroic epics through the third millennium and throughout the 21st century with its originality and strength. We are hopeful that the Mongolian traditional epic will contribute to the world cultural diversity and acquire its own position among oceanic blends of intangible cultural heritage, accomplishments created by humankind.